Everybody to rise for the presentation of the colors, please. And would the class president please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic. And please have a seat. Well, welcome to what a wonderful day, both weather-wise in Idaho. I might be getting a little loud there. It's a wonderful place to live this time of year, obviously, and also, much more importantly, to our graduates here today. We are really inspired and glad they're here, and I know most of you feel the same way. We know that having them in an academy means that they're not with you, your family and friends, and some of the best little people I've met today. We have some wonderful children in attendance today. So we are going to say, we're going to get started. And again, I want to welcome everybody here that's online, our Board of County Commissioners, and everybody else watching us in computer land. Obviously, things right now are challenging in the United States, challenging all over the world with everything that's going on. But I also think that that provides maybe an extra message or an extra moment of thankfulness for these people that are coming to work here, for these people that are willing to step up in the middle of everything else that's going on to protect their community. It's not an easy decision to join law enforcement in the United States right now. There's a bit of a tarnished reputation in some places. We're fighting against that. We're doing the very best that we can. But you have that on one hand, and then you have pandemic on another, and yet we still have 12 people willing to stand up and serve our community. That's wonderful, and it is admirable, and it is commendable. And with that, let's get this party on the road. Let's get this show on the road. I'd like to introduce, well, I forgot to introduce myself. Wow. I'm Scott Johnson. I'm the Chief Deputy for the Sheriff. He sends his regards. He's actually at his nephew's wedding in northern Idaho. And so he gets to celebrate there. We're going to celebrate here. But let me introduce John Delibert, Captain here for the Ada County Sheriff's Office.
Isn't Ann great, folks? She takes good care of us. So this is Ann Yates, our executive assistant. Well, good morning. I am Captain John Delibert. I was recently the jail administrator when these young folks started their career in the academy. I am now working out in the patrol thing, but I am blessed to be here today to watch them finish this project out and graduate today. It's truly a great day for all of us, and I want to welcome you all to the Ada County Sheriff's family now. Whether you know it or not, you're now family, folks. And it is a great place to be. It is enjoyable to be a member of this great organization. I want to tell you a little bit of history of our academy and how we got to where we are today. In the past, we hired deputies and trained them to work in the jail in a program we called LDR. It stands for Learn, Do, and Review. After completing the LDR program, we would send our deputies to the Police Officer Standards and Training, what is known as POST here. It's an academy in Meridian for 5 weeks of additional training. This additional training required them to receive their state certification to be detention deputies. Now, we know that 5 weeks of training may qualify our new team members as deputies by state standards, but we work for the citizens of Ada County. We know that the citizens expect more from us, and rightfully should. There is a state standard, and there is the Ada standard. Therefore, a few years ago, our training unit reached out to the state and was granted permission to have our own academy. As we sit here today, each graduate has attended approximately 12 weeks of training under the watchful eyes of our tremendous hardworking staff, and I am proud to announce that each one of them not only exceeded state standards to be deputies, but more importantly, passed the standards of the finest academy in the state, which teaches them the Ada way of service and professionalism. So what does it mean to be a deputy with the Ada County Sheriff's Office? Well, Matt Clifford was appointed by the Ada County Board of Commissioners to the Office of the Sheriff. It is not the Sheriff's Department, it's actually an office, all right? And then we have to remember that our community trusts him in that job. As deputies, we are an extension of that office and have the privilege of serving the citizens of Ada County. As jail deputies, we hold the ability to make change in our community. While we cannot help everyone in the jail exit as model citizens, we can point many in the right direction and provide them with an opportunity to come back into our community to get a do-over. Therefore, it is our staff that truly can make a difference, and you will in those lives. Trust me, they will find you at some point. You could be out, you could be eating dinner with your family, and somebody's gonna come up to you and say, thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. If you notice the Sheriff's Star, you're gonna notice, folks, that it has 5 points on it. As I looked at the star that was given to me, I believe 4 of those points represent the values of our agency. Attitude, which is the positive way we interact with others and approach our responsibilities, makes all the difference in the world. Integrity, people can trust us to always do the right things, both personally and professionally, and this is a challenge in your career. Dedication, we are expected to work harder and go the extra mile for each other and members of our communities. And service, we care about the people we serve and always try to help them. The remaining point of the star is for each deputy to decide what they want it to be for them. For me, it is duty to the profession and the agency, and to leave it better than when I started. In just a minute from now, we will ask our new deputies to stand and recite the Code of Ethics and later raise their right hand and take an oath. They are not just words. They have true meaning. The oath itself is personal to the Ada County Sheriff's Office. It was written by our employees, and each time it is said, it carries the heart and soul of all those who said it before and have moved on in their careers or have retired. To the graduates, I will leave you with one last thought. You are leaving your seats as civilians. You soon will be returning them as deputies. Only you can have that taken away from you. Take care of the profession, take care of the star. Class President, please prepare the class for the Code of Ethics. Thank you.
As a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to protect the constitutional rights and freedoms of the people whom I've sworn to uphold. While I consider the way I choose to conduct my private affairs a personal freedom, I accept the responsibilities for my actions as well as inactions while on duty or off duty, when those actions bring disrepute to the public image of my sheriff, my fellow deputies, and the law enforcement profession.
I will perform all of my duties in a professional and competent manner. I consider the ability to be courageous in the face of danger and to exercise restraint in the use of my power and authority to be the ultimate public trust. I accept that I must consistently strive to achieve excellence in learning the necessary knowledge and skills associated with my duties. I will keep myself physically fit and mentally alert so that I am capable of performing my duties according to the standards expected of my position.
I will be fully truthful and honest in my dealings with others. I deplore lies and half-truths that mislead or do not fully inform those who must depend upon my honesty. I will obey the very laws that I am sworn to uphold. I will comply with the standards of my department and the lawful directions of my supervisors.
I will treat others with courtesy at all times. I consider it to be a professional weakness to allow another's behavior to dictate my response. I will not allow the actions or failings of others to be my excuse for not performing my duties in a responsible, professional, and expected manner.
I will empathize with the problems of people who I come in contact. However, I will not allow my personal feelings, prejudices, animosities, or friendships to influence the discretionary authority entrusted to my job. I will avoid conflicts and potential conflicts of interest that could compromise my official authority or public image.
I hold the authority inherent in my position to be an affirmation of the public's trust in me as a deputy sheriff. I do not take this trust lightly. As long as I remain in this position, I will dedicate myself to maintaining this trust and upholding all the ideals of the Ada County Sheriff's Office and the law enforcement profession.
Class President, would you prepare your class to receive the oath? Would you turn, face me, please? Raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I shall support and defend
that I shall support and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of the State of Idaho.
of the State of Idaho.
I pledge to carry out my duties
I pledge to carry out my duties
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
and to bring honor
and to bring honor
to the Ada County Sheriff's Office
to the Ada County Sheriff's Office
and to myself,
and to myself,
so help me God.
so help me God.
A round of applause, please.
Forward, march.
That's pretty great. I really enjoy hearing that oath every time. And to see different people say it and to watch them go through their careers and honor it is something special. And I hope it rings true to your heart and continue to do that. Great part about having a class is a class always has to have a class president because they need that big brother. They need sometimes that father figure. They need somebody to kind of like get them up in the morning, make sure they show up on time, make sure they have all their equipment. They need that person that just kind of sets that example and sets the tone for the day. And we are privileged to have our class president come up here, Mr. Dwight Penke.
How are you doing, everyone? Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming and sharing in this moment with us. On behalf of Detention Academy 14, I want to start by thanking our TAC officers, Deputy Alfaro, Deputy Ellington, who spent countless hours challenging us to be our best. Second, I want to thank all command staff and personnel staff who supported us through this process. But most of all, I want to thank you, the family and friends of every deputy in here, because without your patience, your love, and support, none of this would be possible. Class, this has truly been a journey. And to get to this point today was no easy task. We had to endure the following: a PRT test, which tested our physical endurance, several hours of written testing, which tested our mental endurance, being tased and sprayed with OC spray to help us get a feel for our tools that we would be issued. But most of all, the countless cheesy jokes from a certain deputy that will remain nameless, which tested our sanity there. As deputies, we are given an opportunity and privilege to be a part of something much greater than ourselves. We will join with those upholding a legacy that was started long before us and will continue long after us. We are now commissioned to serve the community with integrity, dedication, service, and attitude, and truly make Ada County a safer place for people to live, work, and play. Now, this is no easy task, and this is a tall order to fulfill. But I want to remind us of one simple truth, namely that we are not alone, but rather we have the support of our families, friends, and fellow peers who are here today to recognize our calling and support us as we take on this mission. Finally, I want to leave you with a quote, which states, "Helping one person might not help the world, but it could change the world for that one person." Class, let's go out, let's do good, and make Ada County better than when we found it. Thank you.
As our class president just mentioned, none of this happens without dedicated staff that makes it happen. And we have an extremely dedicated training staff here at the Ada County Sheriff's Office. One of the great fortunate things we have is we have the ability to have deputies that this is their job, preparing that next wave of people that come to work here for everything, anything, and that shows up. And we always like one of them to speak. Today, Deputy Reyes Alfaro will come and talk about this class a little bit. Come on up.
All right, good morning, everybody. As many before me have already done, I want to thank the family and friends that came out to support everyone, these graduates here today. You guys have played a huge role in their success, and know that you will continue to play a huge role in what they do with their careers. So thank you for being here. Thank you for making any of the sacrifices you had to make. To Detention Academy 14, you finally made it. First, it seemed like it was going to be a long 12 weeks, but it flew by in a blink of an eye, didn't it? So I just want to say congratulations. And as I call your name, please stand so you can be individually recognized. Mr. Jared Miller. Ms. Michaela Steele. Grant Oden. Alex Johnson. George Jernigan. Allison Tangen. Dwight Penke. Taylor O'Toole. Danny O'Neill. Braden Pinkerton. Dorian Jordanescu. And Mr. Gary Thornton. So again, I want to thank U12 for letting me and Deputy Ellington be a part of your guys' journey, especially now as you move on to the next phase of your career. This day where you guys get sworn in, get your badges pinned, and we celebrate the achievement going through the academy. This really is our favorite part of the job. It makes all of the long hours, multiple beatings you inflicted on us in Archon, all well worth it. Now, before I pass you off to the next phase, I want to give you some parting words of advice. First, I ask you to remember the relationships at home. Remember the people behind you here with you today, all of those who have supported you through this journey and will continue to support you. Those are the most important relationships that you will have, and they will help keep everything in perspective. They will keep you grounded, and they will remind you of why you chose to join this career field. We've had multiple discussions about it throughout the entirety of the academy, and I'm going to say it again, but never forget your why. Each of us have an individual reason as to why we chose law enforcement. For a lot of us, it's our family, and so always remember that. Second, do not shy away from the many new challenges that you will face. This is not going to be an easy road. You're going to face a lot of hardship and a lot of new challenges that you've never seen before. But I encourage you guys to continue to face those as you have throughout the last 12 weeks. Look forward to those challenges, learn from each one of them, be grateful for the opportunity to grow, to reach new heights, and to be a lifelong learner. I encourage you to continue to push yourself physically and mentally. And if you can do these things, you will have a very long and fulfilling career. My last piece of advice is to take care of each other. I've told you guys this before, but you guys came together as a team very quickly in the academy, and it made us happy to see that. Please do not lose that. Take care of each other, check in with each other. You're gonna see some difficult things, go through some difficult times, so just remember to reach out. I've seen you guys lift each other up and continue to encourage each other through the slightly uncomfortable times like OC and taser exposure. You guys did great, lifting each other back up and continue to push forward. When you do face new challenges and you feel like you're having a difficult time, remember that you're not alone. As mentioned before, you have your family members at home and your friends that will help you through that, but you also have a new family. That includes everybody here in this room, both people sitting next to you, the staff in this room, and everyone else in this agency. I'm very proud of what you guys have all accomplished, and you guys should be as well. I'm excited to finally call you my peers and cannot wait to see what you guys do with your career. Welcome to the ACSO family. Now, before I turn the time back over to Chief Deputy Johnson, I'd like to give out a few awards. The first award is the Top Physical Fitness Award. This award is based on the results of 2 physical readiness tests, one taken at the beginning and one taken at the end. The recipient of this award was very physically fit from the very beginning, frequently encouraged his classmates during our PT sessions by continuing to exercise with them even after completing his set. The award goes to Mr. Braden Pinkerton. The next award is the Top Marksman Award. This award is given out based upon the average performance over 3 scored qualifications: the ACSO pistol course, the ACSO night pistol course, and the post short course. Now, this was a very close race, but the winner of this award consistently shot very well throughout the entire academy. They continue to push themselves and find better ways to improve themselves and better their skills. This person had a strong competition, but their deliberate practice and training paid off in the end. With a lead of only 0.5 percentage point, the award goes to Miss Allison Tangen. The next award that I'm going to give out is the Top Student Award. This award is given out to the student with the highest averages from all scored categories. This includes the written exams, firearms qualifications, and the fitness readiness test. And the winner of this award goes to Mr. Alex Johnson. And for our last award, I will turn the time over to Chief Deputy Johnson.
Thank you. So the last award that we give out is called the Sheriff's Vision Award. And this award is giving to that member of this class that best exemplifies the sheriff's vision, mission, what we do here, and why we do it. This award is one of those awards that isn't really a shooting, running, jumping, any of those. It's a mindset award. It's an attitude award. It's that person that best understands why we're here and best helped his class understand why we're here. And for this award, I would like to read this. You were chosen as the recipient of this award because of your dedication to the values of the Ada County Sheriff's Office. With your years of service in law enforcement, you brought a wealth of knowledge and experience, which was willingly shared with the class. Despite that level of experience, you remained humble, open-minded, and ready to learn. Your positive attitude and dedication to serving others earned you the respect of your classmates and made a positive impact on their lives. You have dedicated yourself to exemplifying the vision, mission, and value of the Ada County Sheriff's Office, making sure others can trust you, caring for those we serve, always going the extra mile, and making sure to carry out your duties with great conviction. This award goes to Deputy Gary Thornton. We're going to move on now to maybe the most important part of this ceremony, which is the pinning of the badge. And this badge, which we all wear, is a symbol. It's a symbol of public trust, it's a symbol of what we do, and it's a symbol of why we're here. As part of the public trust is the trust of families, loved ones, and everyone else. And one of the great traditions of law enforcement, each one of these candidates has selected someone from their family to come up and pin on that badge. We know that it can be an emotional moment, and we also know many of these class people here would like everyone to come up and help pin on that badge. Well, we're going to go through the procession here, and they're going to have their badges pinned on. Like I said, this is a special moment. If you want to take pictures, come up and take pictures. They're going to be here for a few minutes after the badge is pinned, so you can take some photos. We'll also have photos afterwards. We have a Tahoe and some flags and some stuff. You'll be able to use the stage, but feel free to step up. We also have Patrick Orr here, who is our PIO. He'll be taking photos as well. Any questions? All right, class, let's get started. Can we have those family members that have been selected please stand next to your graduate? Okay, if the first four will come up, please. Go ahead and pin the badge, and when you're done, you can take your masks off and turn around so the crowd can get your beautiful faces in the photographs. Now that the guinea pigs have shown us how it's done, we'll proceed. All right, thank you. Let's have another big round of applause for our family members. That's not easy to do when you're standing by yourself in front of the mirror, much less when 45 people are watching you do it. So thank you all for doing that. I'm going to have a few closing comments, and then, like I said, we have pictures out front available. We'll put the flags together so you can use this stage as well. After the ceremony, we'll kind of issue everybody out into the fresh air, but you can filter back in to take photographs if you'd like. I want to say again, thank you to our excellent training staff, Reyes Alfaro and Zach Ellington, everybody else that made this happen. And then, I'm going to try to make my last few comments unemotional, but I often fail. I've told people this a few times, and I always get emotional about it. For those that don't know, Deputy Johnson here in the front row is no relation to me. But I do have a Deputy Johnson that's a tremendous relation to me. My wife works here. She's worked here for many, many, many years in the same role that these deputies are taking on. And as a slight detour, my family are Star Wars geeks. And in Star Wars geek land, we used to, before pre-demic, of course, the Ada County Sheriff's Office would rent out a movie theater for a premiere of a Star Trek or Star Wars movie. And we'd go as a group, as a family. And the last one, there were 14 of us in my family. And most importantly to me, my son and daughter were there as teenagers. and we're sitting at a big table at a restaurant. I told you I was gonna get emotional. And we're eating dinner, we're getting ready to go to the movie, we're laughing and joking. I've got aunts and uncles and nieces, and we're all sitting there. And in the booth behind my son, who was 16 at the time, this gentleman reaches over and taps him on the shoulder and says, "Hey, is that Deputy Johnson?" And my son, in a law enforcement family, kind of shies away and looks over his shoulder. And he was sitting right next to me, and the guy reached over and says, no, isn't that Deputy Johnson? And my son said, "Yeah, that's my mom." And the guy said, "Your mom changed my life. I was in the Ada County Jail for a stupid mistake, and your mom used to walk me out to the rec yard. And she talked to me like a human being. She was interested in me. She wanted me never to come back. She asked about my family. She asked about why I was there and the decision I had made. She talked to me like a human being. And I have never been back. And I will never come back because of your mom." Think of the impact that had on my kids. Think of the impact that 12 of you will have on somebody's life someday. You may never know it at the time. This was 15 or 16 years after that young man had been in jail. He was sitting there with his wife, who he met after being in our jail. You never know the impact you're going to have. That impact can be life-changing. And you'll just never know. Sometimes you will, 15 or 16 years later, you'll know. Sometimes you'll never know. But you're doing the right thing for the right reason. And for that, thank you very much for joining our family. We appreciate everyone that's been here. Please let's enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Thank you very much.